is where you can spot when I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown.
It's that hate, boy.
Yeah, my day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you ride it like we ride.
Today, from Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, it's Week 15 of the NFL.
And we are underway in Buffalo. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Graves, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So here are the Ravens with great field position to start out. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with 1 complete. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Running the jet sweep, Landry. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Parker buying time to his left. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Bills are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Look at the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
Out come the Bills as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left. Now, this defense for the Ravens, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air. And they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Allen off the play fake. He's going to air one out. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. And the Ravens will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
On 2nd down, Potts. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was. And now it's 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun. Parker finding his safety valve here. That's complete. He's going to have the 1st down and more than that. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line. Looking to throw. Parker complete to Likely. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. They'll try the left side. Friedman. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. On 1st down, Potts. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Parker steps away. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Parker now to throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip.
So that, Charles, a season long, and since he's a rookie, I guess we can go ahead and call that a career long as well.
I love how you put that together because, you know, as everyone at home was saying, okay, has to be career, right, since he's a rookie. Well done by you, but I definitely like what I've seen from him so far this year. Very distinguished college career. He's looking right at home here in the NFL.
Josh Allen and the Bills set to take over again. And he's been loose with the football early. Interceptions on the first couple of drives. As they start again here, we'll see if he can do better. 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. And incomplete on the deep ball. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. He finds his man, complete. It's Brewer. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
Good job there getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Graves.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Allen now looks to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On play action, Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Allen. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this 1st quarter.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Ravens are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Potts.
And he's got it down to the 28.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Parker throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, Potts. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
To throw is Parker. To throw on 2nd down. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 1 now. Off the bootleg. Parker. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
And his kick is indeed good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And the Bills getting set to go.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On play action, Allen. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Over the middle, complete. That's Graves. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
Fielded at about the 28. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
On 2nd down now, Potts. And he still has yet to get on track and nip him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Now Parker on 1st down. Man open left side is Brown.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Off play action. Parker. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Parker into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Graves. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Here's Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Graves.
And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He came into this game within shouting distance of Dan Marino at 61,361 career yards. And with that last play, Charles, he just went past Dan Marino.
I'm struggling over here. And the only reason is when you hear about him passing a Dan Marino,
a legend,
makes you step back and really take stock of his career, and you realize it's not just about the numbers, it's about the accomplishments, it's about the play. How great has his career been? To pass Dan Marino's? I'd say pretty darn great.
On 2nd and 9, Allen, and he will find his man on the end route, complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, it's Graves, and he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league
on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Allen going to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. It led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. And now the field goal team on for Buffalo. This from 32 yards away. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Parker. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Parker. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Allen. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Here's Parker, looking to throw on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Parker, it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start our tour out in the city of Angels, Los Angeles. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Kenny Pickett, strong in the victory, as his guys managed to cobble together their 3rd win in an otherwise dismal campaign. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they've gone to the half with the lead over the visiting Cowboys. Amon-Ra St. Brown, a touchdown catch in that first half. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. In that game, all tied with the visiting Patriots. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Parker to throw on 2nd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Parker, quick hitter here, it's complete.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Potts. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. They'll keep it on the... So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17.
Looking to throw. Parker. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Yeah, this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Giving to the big tight end on 4th. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10.
Running the jet sweep, Landry. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Parker. Flushed out right, and he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Back to throw. Parker. This will be caught by Brown. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 14. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Potts. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
2nd and 6 from the 10.
Operating from the gun. Parker. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable...
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today.
Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. A lot of bodies there in the middle of the field, and that one intercepted.
Yeah, he's looking for his tight end running a drag route across the field, and normally you'd like him to work a little bit further outside. Here the throw is a little early, and it winds up in the hands of the defender.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Parker now looking to throw on second down. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. A carry here for the big tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Off the play fake. Parker under pressure. Down he goes. Sacked at the 10. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Operating from the gun. Parker. He's got it. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
So 4th down coming up. John Harbaugh sent on the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And this one is right through. And the lead stretches. 16-3 now.
Well, they come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD, second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, tried to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what,
You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw, it's Allen. And he'll find Hall. A big play here for Buffalo. 44 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a handoff running through the middle. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Allen to throw it. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Patrick Queen able to finally wrestle him down for what's just going to be a huge loss, and it takes us to fourth down as well.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
And now the field goal team on for Buffalo. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead is down to 10 now at 16-6. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Parker to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun. Parker. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. Now a give right side. Potts. And some room to maneuver. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 27. Operating from the gun, Parker. And that is
is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Eluding the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on third down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Operating from the 27 now. Here's second and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. To the air, Allen. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Second down and 3. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Here we go on 4th down. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. And now they'll throw with Allen. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Allen. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. From the gun, it's Allen. Being chased out left. Allen hit. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
One final try here for Allen. And my goodness, another interception. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Again, he's got that man Landry. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Potts. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 69 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On 2nd down, Potts. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 2nd down now, Potts. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Potts. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
But when the ball snapped from the 3 down near the goal line, I think in days gone by, we thought many teams would run the football, but on 3rd down in today's game, I expect them to throw it. A little counterintuitive there. They tried to run it, instead spilled for a loss.
So 4th down coming up. John Harbaugh will send on the field goal unit. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Allen and the Bills now down by 16, a little over a minute to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. He's going to let it fly.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Allen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Baltimore, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for the Bills, thanks for tuning in, everybody.